If you missed my previous video on J1 visa, you need to check this out. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you a clip of one of the sessions in Jamaica with IAG. For those who have been following my channel, you would be aware that I have been sharing since last November thereabout that IAG had intentions of visiting Jamaica to share about their objective for hiring teachers for the United States. If you missed any of those sessions, you can stay tuned to this video where you can see what went down. The sessions were informative and engaging, and teachers enjoyed themselves. In live and in living colors were Jason Hammond, president of IAG, and Dr. Avila, Vice President for Support Services in IAG. Guys, they enjoy themselves sharing, and the teachers also enjoy themselves hearing about this program. I had the privilege of being a part of this, and I am so excited to share with you one of the clips from IAG Teacher Recruitment Drive in Jamaica. Now, I learned a lot about the application process, and if there's something that you're not sure of, you can put it in the comment section below and I'll respond. Also, they still have the live WhatsApp group for you to get more information, as well as links below that you can look at to get more information on IAG. Again, IAG International Alliance Group sponsors teachers to work in the United States, currently 26 states and counting. So if that's something that you're interested in, you are not late. You can still put your application in and be on your way to become an international teacher. Also, IAG requires a FCE, which is a foreign credential evaluation, and they have their own company that offers this service, and they have decided to allow teachers to get their foreign credentials through their company and pay after getting in the United States. You heard what I said. So if you are interested in working in Arizona or Texas, you can get your credentials evaluated by IAG's FCE platform, which is ASICE. You would not be required to pay the fee upfront. However, when you get your job and get to the United States, you can pay that fee. So that's one fee less to think about before you enter the United States. Without any further ado, I'm going to allow you to listen in to President Hammond as he shared IAG's objectives and his goal of obtaining international teachers for the United States. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed as yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bells on so you will not miss any video when they are uploaded.
And we have all teaching positions available pre-kindergarten through the 12th grade. All subject matters, all levels, we need teachers. But of course, there is an extra need for special education, math and science, but we still need all teachers in all categories. Okay. We are currently working in 26 different states. That continues to grow. Pretty soon, I'm sure we'll be in all 50 states. We even have teachers in Alaska. You guys see their AK over the side. But we are primarily shifting our focus to more metropolitan, city type placements for that real U.S. experience, and because there's more housing available, transportation, it helps us support you better. However, if you really want a rural placement, we're more than happy to help you find a rural placement. We do have rural partners, okay? And we work with over 100 school districts across those states. Next slide. Some of the benefits of being part of our International Teacher Alliance program that you won't have with other sponsors, again, is that we are educators and we only are working with teachers. We're not worried about spreading ourselves thin with hotel and hospitality workers and au pairs and nannies. We don't do any of that. We only work with educators, being educators. I taught in South North Side Chicago public schools, as well as downtown Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm grateful that I had that experience, as well as teaching at the collegiate level, teaching future educators. I am a past Chief Human Resources Officer for the downtown school district in Phoenix, Arizona, which is the 5th largest city in the United States. It's hard to believe we have that many people living in the desert. We call ourselves desert rats. Way different than Jamaica, but it's a great way of life. We enjoy living there. There would be millions and millions of people there. We have Las Vegas in the desert, Palm Springs, California, Phoenix, Arizona. A lot of people enjoy living in the hot climate. Doesn't mean you have to be there, because we have 26 states that you can work in. You don't have to go to the desert, but we would certainly welcome you if you want to come to Arizona for a change. Okay? Some of the benefits, though, is that we partner with International Teacher Pathways. You can see their logo there. And International Teacher Pathways has a lot of expertise coming from several different colleges of education, including San Diego State University. We also partner with Northern Arizona University College of Education, and a whole team of professional educators who are in the profession and also are teaching at the university level. What we do is we give you a whole bunch of pre-service training. You're professional educators, but we want to make sure you're able to bridge your work here in Jamaica for use in the United States classroom. Because how we treat our students with this classroom discipline can differ culture by culture. And so we want to make sure hey, these are the best practices of what we're using in our schools. And so we want to make sure we give you those tools. We want to give you a brief history of education in the United States, how the education system is structured in the United States, because we're a very big country, right? And since we're a country of 50 different states, even though we're united, we have 50 different ways of doing things, right? So we want to make sure whichever state you're going to, we're giving you specific rules and tools to be able to be successful in that particular state, okay? So that happens pre-service. So almost as soon as you start applying and you're approved of the program, you can start to receive some of that PD. But then also, we don't leave you. We are providing that PD and customize it to your needs as your 3 to 5 years go on. How the 3 to 5 years works is your visa, the J1 visa, is approved initially for 3 years. Towards the end of 3 years, everything's beautiful, the relationship between you and your school. Say, we want Ms. Richards to stay at our school so that we can apply to have it extended for 2 more years, the 5 years. At the end of that 5 years, because we're an intercultural exchange, the expectation is a teacher would return home for 2 years, unless on your visa it says you're exempt. Some teachers are exempt and could potentially apply to move to the H-1B visa at that time if the district wants to do that. Some people are bound to ask, what's the difference between an H-1B visa and the J-1 visa? Some of the differences are, the H-1B visa is very expensive for school districts and incurs a lot of legal liability for a school district. So most school districts in the U.S. tend to not utilize the H-1B visa for that reason, as well as there's different rules and regulations. H-1B visa falls under the regulations of the U.S. Department of Labor, where the district would have to post the position in the newspaper and online for like 3 months and try by all means necessary to recruit a U.S. citizen to fill the position. And then if they weren't, then they would be able to hire you. Who knows if they're going to find someone. There's just a lot, and the calendars don't line up with the school year. It's not impossible, but it's a process that's not as probable as the J1 exchange visa. The J1 exchange visa, there are generally no lengthy wait times at the U.S. Embassy or consulate. You move to the top of the line because the goal is to get teachers to the U.S. 30 days prior to the start of the contract. Yes, so that's what we're working towards. The cost is a lot less. And then, of course, the beautiful thing about our program is we do not charge teachers. Because it costs money to move to a new country, we want you to save all your money to cover your expenses to help you get set up to work in our country. Our philosophy as educators, we don't make enough money to be paid several $1,000s for an opportunity. So, in fact, the schools should be paid for the service, and that's how we bill the schools. The schools pay for the services, okay? It's just you are only paying for those fees that if I were applying for a job somewhere or Delphina were, then we would have to pay that. It's the same thing. You're paying for your teaching certificate, you're paying for your fingerprints or whatever it may be. Yeah, we have a slide to go over that, but we're not charging a fee for our services. The school districts pay for our services. Okay. Here's a couple different testimonials from two of our current teachers. Carolina is from, both these teachers have to be from Sonora, Mexico, which is our Mexican bordering state to Arizona. And one of our strong partners, that was Carolina and Erica, and then this is Tata from the Congo in Africa. And he is wearing his traditional garb, very proud of representing his country in a Spirit 2 charter school in Phoenix, Arizona. And a great guy. We guide you through the process. When you're part of an exchange program, you're required to have cultural activities where you are teaching your students about your home culture in Jamaica. You can see here is a Mexican teacher with the Mexican flag and some background. The students learning about Mexican culture, playing a traditional Mexican game called Loteria. Very fun game to play if you haven't learned. It's very fun. And here you can see a lot of times, here's a Nicaraguan teacher, Guatemalan, that's Ana. I know all these teachers, and it's very fun to connect the students with the school back at home, and they can communicate and share, and we guide you through those experiences so that you're meeting those compliance pieces of being on a U.S. Department of State approved J1 program, okay? So, the requirements. Do I qualify to be a teacher for the J1 program? Here are what the requirements are. The basic requirements are to be a full-time teaching position, in a position when you apply. That's generally described as being between 30 and 40 hours a week. Are you a teacher? Okay? Bachelor's degree equivalent, in which you must provide an FCE, or obtain an FCE, which is a foreign credential evaluation, to prove that your degree or degrees are equivalent to those in the U.S. Of course, the higher level of the degree and the more years of experience you have, the higher your salary could potentially be at the school districts, okay? We do own our own foreign credential evaluation service called AZ-ICE, and that helps us be able to make sure you have a direct pathway to certification in the U.S. It helps us identify what areas you'd be qualified to teach and apply for with our partner school districts. You must have a minimum of 2 years of professional teaching experience full-time. If you don't have that, we can look at everything you do have, and sometimes the student teaching element can be counted to help shore up and make sure you have 2 years of teaching experience, okay? The English level is not an issue here. Generally, we'll talk about that in Mexico and other non-English speaking countries, but since Jamaica is an English-speaking country, we don't worry about any of that. Okay, the cost. Again, I mentioned that it's very exciting and very important to us, and hopefully you. The ITA does not charge a teacher. We have the selection, orientation, supervision, complementary activities are provided at no cost to you, the teacher. In addition, we're providing an excellent medical, dental, and vision insurance. Life insurance and counseling services, employee assistance program. We make sure you have the best of the best, and it's no cost to you, okay? The required budget, we will give you a budget exercise as part of the application process, because we're not charging you, but we want to make sure that you're entirely aware of the costs that the teachers moving to the United States will incur. And this is all part of the application process. These are just some examples of some of those fees you need to be prepared for, okay? All right. And that goes in more detail in the application. So the next, sure, any questions on that?
You said you will get some more info.
Yes. So let's get some more information. On our website, we have frequently asked questions. You can scan this QR code. It'll take you to some more information about the program. I just want to say we feel strongly that teachers, and why we don't charge is you need to save your own money to help yourself set up for success in the United States. Because if I moved across Kingston, like I moved my family across Phoenix, there's a cost, right? You gotta move to a different country, you gotta pay for transportation, you need to pay for a deposit for an apartment, whatever it is. Those are naturally costs that a teacher incurs, okay? So that really is the basis, the basic information about the program. But we're here because we know that Jamaica produces great teachers and that we have opportunities for Jamaican teachers And we're very grateful to Dr. Britton for sharing the information and opening the doors for us to come to your beautiful island to share about these opportunities. And I want to open this up now for any questions from the audience and all as well as through our Facebook Live. I'm sure there's some questions. One of those questions generally is, what about my spouse or my children? And that's the J2 visa. So a J1 approved teacher is able to apply to bring their family, their legally wed spouse, and dependent children on a J2 visa. Of course, we can't guarantee that's approved, that's up to the Department of State, but generally those visas are approved for your family to join you. We do highly recommend, and most sponsors enforce, the teacher comes 6 months first to prepare and adjust to life in the U.S. and then to bring their family. If there's a situation where you have a little one where that's not possible, then you just need to tell us up front so we can gear you or steer you towards a sponsor that's more open to allowing that for that situation. Don't rule that out. Don't let that hold you back from applying, because we certainly, as we get more of our own visas, are able to make arrangements. We just want to make sure that you're fully aware that you secured like someone able to watch the child, that you have child care arrangements. We just don't want anyone to be stressed out because their baby doesn't have a place to go while you're working. Because we can't just bring our baby to school, right? But just let us know up front. Don't let that hold you back, because a lot of our teachers have kids, believe me. When I was in charge of HR, we always had teachers having babies all the time, which is great. We say, hey, as soon as your kid can come to school, that's another student for us. Right. So, absolutely. And which is great, your children can attend the schools. Yes. Exactly. So it's a great opportunity for the whole family. And the difference between the J1 and the H1B, the J1 visa, your spouse can apply to work in the U.S. H1B, they cannot. Yeah, double income is better if you can. Right, Dr. Britton?
Correct.
Very good, very good. Okay, now I want to go ahead and open for questions. Sure.
Do you support persons with disability?
Oh, absolutely. We do not discriminate. It's against the law to discriminate for disabilities, and we have accommodations. Speaking as a former director of human resources, we definitely have accommodations to be able to find the right work environment where we can accommodate you. Absolutely.
That includes discrimination across the board.
That's right. Age, sexual orientation, religion, background, any of that.
What's important is that our students have excellent teachers.
That's right.
And excellent teachers come in all.
That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That is true.
I have Tourette's syndrome and suffer from a neurological disorder as well. So I know what it is. Sometimes I may need to sit down and take a breath. So we definitely have ADA in the United States, which is Americans with Disabilities Act, that extends to our J2 or J1 teachers as well. So we have those kinds of accommodations. Okay. All right.
So what's really important right now, Mr. Hammond?
What's important is to start your application, because now is the time. Now is the time to start, because it's a process, right? You put in your basic information, but then there's certain things that you may not have, you're going to have to acquire. For example, you're going to need the foreign credential evaluation. That can take some time. You have to put a few bucks up front for that, and it's good for 5 years. And you only do it really once. So there's the foreign credential evaluation. You're going to need a clear criminal background check, wherever you get that at the police station, where you got to apply for that. Take some time to get that done. Think about a trusted coworker or a past supervisor. You will need at some point a professional letter of reference, someone that can testify to your teaching skills and ability. I know you want to keep people out of your business sometimes. You don't necessarily want someone to be working with you right now, or your principal. You don't want them to know until you're ready to say, hey, I got a job. Right. So just think of someone that can speak to you, testify to your teaching ability. Maybe a friend that retired or left to teach somewhere else, or somewhere where you used to teach but can still testify to your teaching ability. Okay? You can utilize someone like that. What else, Dr. Avila? Some other things?
I think it's really important to get on the QR code for the WhatsApp group, because then you can get some personalized support. I also think it's important to get on the other QR code. The QR code is a website that is specific for people who are interested in taking part in the International Teach Alliance program.
Right.
We've got support services on there, we've got video teacher, but it just gives you resources that are gonna help you through this process. I think what's really important, Mr. Hammond, is that they know they're not alone.
That's right. You're not alone. And it's our teachers are so proud to hear them say, we don't leave you alone. You're not alone from the beginning of the process to the day that you go home after your 3 to 5 years if you're coming home. And we even are working hard for teachers that do go home for those 2 years after their time with us to help them get into leadership positions back in Jamaica or Mexico, wherever they are, because you're bringing a whole new skill set, right? A lot of experience, and you need to be some of those that are in leadership positions at the training colleges and in the departments of education, saying, hey, we can help bring this expertise home. And I don't want to, we're not thinking we are the be-all, end-all of the education process. We're excited to learn from you all too. Bring your skills and abilities and talents. And it's a professional network. We're learning from each other. Good.
Absolutely, yeah. And that's what representation is about, is that we are so grateful that you all are willing to look at coming to teach in the States.
Absolutely.
We have students of all races and all backgrounds, and we need teachers that understand global.
That's
right?
right. Global
What
competency
global
is very
competence
important.
like?
And representation is important to us so that our students, no matter what their skin color, background, or language, that they see themselves reflected in teachers so that they know that they too, whether they have a disability or whatever it may be, that they, I can do this too. My teacher did it, I can do that. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. It gives me goosebumps every time I say that, because I know for me, some things in my life, my teachers were some of my greatest inspiration to continue on. Right now I'm finishing my own doctorate and seeing people go before me and saying I can do that. That's powerful. And then when you're able to bring the parents in to the educational experience, that's also very, very powerful. Ultimately leads to higher student growth and achievement.
Yeah. And when you're there, we're going to help you with professional development. So you're going to have monthly check-ins where we're going to see how are you doing, how are you adapting, how's everything going for you. We're going to have professional development. I'm having a little bit of a challenge. I need to understand, how do we do lesson plans in this particular state and this particular district, because every district is unique and special, right? What are some student strategies that I can utilize? I'm having some challenges with students talking out. How do I handle this? Right? And so we have strategies. We have a whole team that helps with that professional development, because we want you to know that you're supported in your time with us. Because if you're successful, the children are well taught.
And that's in addition to the help that you receive from your local school district, because a lot of our districts have a lot of that support. But we want to make sure that all teachers have access to the support that they need to be successful. Okay? And that's because we're educators. We've been there, we've done that. We know that we need somebody to call and say, hey, I got this situation, can you help me out? And that's what we're here for. Okay?
I definitely called when I had 37 first graders.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I need some help in here.
When I was teaching part of the reason I feel so strongly about providing this help is at Mary McLeod Bethune Elementary School. I taught 7th grade, Southside Phoenix, all day. I had the same group of students. I'm going to say no one in the face of the earth should have to teach junior high, all subjects, the whole same group of students all day. I did that. I learned, but I also learned no one else is ever going to go through this again. As long as I'm in charge, they're going to have help. We'll never let this happen again. So, all right. So we'll go ahead and close this. We have a small intimate group here. Are there any more questions you'd like to ask? Or do we have any online questions that are being asked?
Maybe just thanking our online. So we're Facebook Live online right now. Last session we had over 100 people live from India, Africa, Pakistan, which is really, really awesome. This last year, just bringing teachers from Jamaica, bringing teachers from India, from Africa, it makes my heart just, I don't know, when I was a teacher, I wanted to see more people just like me. When I became an administrator, I wanted to see more administrators like me. And so this is just our way of helping with diversity, helping with equity. And so when I get a message that says Facebook Live, we have over 100.
That's fantastic.
I'm
Yes.
like, yes,
That's
because we're
fantastic.
reaching the world, right? And the world is hearing about us. So
Yeah.
spread the word with your friends. They can communicate with us to ask those direct questions like, okay, someone asked in the last session, well, I already have a social security card. What does that happen when I come to the States? Oh, your status just changes for your social security card.
Keep the same
Questions that
number.
easy, yeah, like, okay, well, my embassy, I want a meeting with the consulate, but they're taking a long time. How do we do that? We have a whole department
Yeah,
for
we can make
visas.
a call and help you get in there a little faster. So, there isn't any question that's too, you may think, oh, this is out there, or this is a stupid question. Well, no, it really is no stupid question. We're able to help you through that. So, but do you have any questions right now that might be beneficial to those online?
Okay, I am actually the one who found out about the information. I told two other coworkers they couldn't come because
Sure.
school is.
Yes, exactly, yes.
One of these we agreed that I would come and then I'll share the information. So
Sure.
that's the case. So
Well, thank
any
you for doing that.
questions, anything I get here, I'll give them and they may have questions. So
Sure, we'll
Excellent.
welcome that.
Yeah.
We'll welcome those questions anytime. That's why the QR code's so important in the WhatsApp chat, because they can just ask those questions in real time and get real time answers.
And we'll have recordings as well. We have we have learned so much from teachers of what's beneficial to them. And as soon as we hear what they need, we do our best to okay, we gotta figure out how to help them. What they wanna drive as soon as they get here, how do they get their driver's license? And we create a webinar for that. Our teachers need to know how do they access their insurance card and how do they access their insurance benefits. Oh, we create a webinar for that, So we like to record, we like live, but we also like to record because we have situations like what you're explaining, right? Not everyone can be in the same place all the time. That's what's so beautiful about the streaming and the recording. So
Absolutely.
thank you to your colleagues, right? And thank you to you for coming in person. So
Absolutely.
I think also what's important, Jason, is we want you to know, and thank you, Dr. Britton, because you helped facilitate this, but
Yes.
we're real people.
That's right. That's why we're here.
If you have, say, a child who is transitioning from high school, how would that go?
Oh, to transitioning into high school or out of high school?
Out of high school.
The dependent would be to age 21, I
Okay.
believe. I believe we
Yes.
can. Thank you.
Visa.
Dependents until 21, so that they more likely would be able to come and start college, in a college or university. So that's one of the benefits of bringing your children. So, but we have the visa experts to guide you through the process. Okay. As long as they're a dependent child or spouse, then you can apply for them to come. Or you may say, you gotta go work.
So do we have a department? You can do visa at iagusa.org. That's our visa department.
At IAG?
At iagusa.org. We also have a certification department. It's certification at iagusa.org.
Right.
We have a recruitment department.
Recruitment
Recruitment at iagusa.org. So yeah, we have different departments because we want to have specialization based on what our teachers
Expertise.
need.
All right.
Well, thank you for the live stream. I think
Yes,
we
thank
can
you,
move
live
on
stream
to
friends. We
that.
appreciate you joining us, no matter where in this world you are. And thank you to our Jamaican friends here, because we are very excited to be in your beautiful island and country. And we know you have excellent teachers, and we welcome you to join us in the U.S. Thank you. And we can stick around here. We have some.
Okay, guys, you heard it from Mr. Hammond and Dr. Avila. That was one of the sessions in the Kingston area where they shared information about IAG. If you are interested in applying, do not hesitate and do not allow the things that you are to upload stop you from moving on. And I say this to say if you need to upload your FCE and it's not available as yet, go ahead and upload a student transcript or something so you can continue in your application process. And then once you have submitted that, you can upload those shortly after. Again, it's important for you to get your application in. If it asks you for a resume, also you can get those from past supervisor, past colleague, something that's going to show that you are a reputable individual. Upload those, but do not allow the things to upload to stop you from submitting your documents. Again, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.